Good day and welcome to your news bulletin with myself, Namhla Ndlovu, all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. Here are your headlines. National University shutdown looms in South Africa. SUV swallowed by the road. No foul play suspected over actor's death. Police clear up after protests. Coronavirus 19 stats. Government basic grant. Markets and finance. And then your entertainment stories. Former president said to lose prized Nkandla home, and popular telenovela returns to your screen. Let's start off with your stories. A Toyota SUV is lifted out of a hole in a section of collapsed street in George after a main water pipe burst on Saturday. A motorist found himself in deep water after being swallowed by a huge hole in the road caused by a burst underground pipe in George. George Municipality said the unlucky driver was involved in a traffic incident on Saturday when he drove into a water-filled hole along a collapsed section of Harriet Street in Geneva Fontaine. Pictures of the incident on social media showed a Toyota SUV almost completely swallowed by the road. Municipality spokesperson Ethan Scholz confirmed the pictures were of the traffic incident on Saturday. Let's move on to our second story. Nationwide University shutdown looms over student anger. Minister of Higher Education Blade Nzimande has been criticized for his handling of the student funding crisis, which seems to set to intensity. South Africa's 26 universities are on a knife edge following a call by the powerful South African Students' Congress, SASCO, for a total shutdown today. The planned shutdown will also be the focus of the meeting today of the Central Working Committee of the EFF's National Student Command. SASCO's instruction to its structure is to bring teaching and learning to a halt come Monday. And this happened with the ANC's Top 6, which began on Friday and is due to resume again today. A list of demands will be submitted. Both sides agreed in principle that universities should not exclude students who owe historic debt from registering for the 2021 academic year. And our third story, police suspect a no-foul play in the death of Noxolo Maqashalala. Her body was found in her honeydew home on Saturday, with reports that she had been dead for days. Actress Noxolo Maqashalala, who played Viwe in the youth drama series Cha-Cha and appeared on Generations and Rhythm City, amongst other local dramas, was found dead on the 12th of March 2021. Johannesburg police on Sunday said they didn't suspect any foul play in the death of actress Noxolo Maqashalala. Her body was found in her honeydew home on Saturday, with reports that she had been dead for days. She was 44 years old. The police said our members arrived on the scene and found the property locked, and when the members managed to enter the property, they found a partly decomposed body of a female. No foul play was discovered at the time of the recovering of the body. Maqashalala played Viwe in the youth drama Cha-Cha and was also seen in many other Mzansi's films and local dramas. Let's move on to our next story. Police clear up as UJ students blocked several roads with burning ties in Auckland Park. Students' organization SASCO and the EFF Student Command have also threatened to shut down all institutions of higher learning on Monday, which is today. Police are clearing up after students from the University of UJ barricaded and blocked several roads with burning ties around the SABC in Auckland Park, Johannesburg. This happened last week when scores of students from Wits University as well as UJ took to the streets to protest against the non-registration of students who have outstanding debts. The South African Students' Congress, SASCO, and the Economic Freedom Fighters Students Command have also threatened to shut down all universities of higher learning this Monday, the 15th of March. Moving on to our next story, coronavirus stats. Global COVID-19 infections have hit 120.4 million confirmed, with the death toll reaching 2.67 million in South Africa. There have been over 1,600 new cases, taking the total reported to 1.5 million deaths and we've also reached a daily of 51.3 infections, while recoveries have climbed to 1.4 million. We convey our condolences to the loved ones of the departed. And then the government basic grant, that's our next story. Basic income. Government is calling for the urgent implementation of a universal basic income grant following wide support from opposition parties. The grant would replace the 350 COVID-19 relief grant currently being dealt out by the government, which expires at the end of April. The ANC proposes paying 500 monthly grant to those aged 19 to 50 who aren't normally eligible for any other aid. Let's move on to our markets. The general market theme remains the focus on the recent pullback in Treasury yields, which continue to support the risk-on backdrop. With little due on the calendar for today, markets will keep an eye on the Eurogroup meetings. The rand is steady at 14 rand 97 to the dollar, 17 rand 85 to the euro, and 20 rand to the pound. Former President Jacob Zuma at risk of losing his prized Nkandla home. Embattled former President Jacob Zuma was ordered by the lawyers of VBS Curator to pay at least 250,000 by the end of last week if he did not want his Nkandla compound attached. Zuma was handed 7.8 million by VBS in September 2016 to pay. Zuma was loaned 7.8 million by VBS in September 2016 to pay what he owed for the cost of the upgrades to the Nkandla homestead. This after the former public protector Thuli Madonsela found that some of the upgrade of his home were not security related. Zuma was supposed to pay back the loan in 69,000 rand monthly installments over 240 months, but he defaulted on payments. He is said to be over 250,000 in arrears. And our last story, popular telenovela Rockville returns to your screen. Rockville is making a comeback to the small screen with a refreshed story tale. Rockville is the brainchild of the media mogul Connie and Shona Ferguson and produced by the production company Ferguson Films. According to the sources close to the production, the crew has started filming and the show is set to start at the end of this month. Good news for the stars, of course, and for all the fans that will be happy to see the telenovela return back to their screens. Thank you so much for watching your edition of our news bulletin today. Crossing over to our other partners from across the globe, from myself, Namhla Ndlovu, all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. Thank you so much, and remember to send us your comments and your suggestions. We'd really love to hear from you. From myself, take care.